to read. It's a ghost story in 2 parts. In my family, ghosts are not a thing you decide to believe in. The only evidence I have tells me death is a lonely end. My mother still wants me to go to church because she has to believe there will be something other than here. That there must be a place for spirit to go when it is ready to stop wandering. I don't get to choose whether or not I believe in a ghost story. It makes all the sleeping difficult. It might be so much better if you didn't have to feel so alone at the end of it. A cousin of mine in the Philippines told me once he couldn't take it after his mother died. He said everyone kept talking about seeing her, and he was afraid that he would see her too. So one night he walked into her bedroom and waited. And then he said, "I'm here, Mom. You can come out now." She never came, but he wasn't disappointed. He said right there he knew she was listening. He is dead now too. He was my friend, and he's just another one of the faces I can't stop seeing. And then there is my father, who's never really told me if he believes in God. He told me the story after Tatang had passed. The man we called grandfather and wasn't his grandfather, but the one who was old enough when you were in a country other than yours may as well be everyone's. In the hospital, my godmother says to him, "Don't visit me, okay? I know you'll be all right." He looked over to my dad and said, "Maybe I'll visit you then." The night he died, my father says he felt a push on his shoulder, and when he opened his eyes, there he was standing over him. He said, "I have to go now," and was gone. Sometimes the ghost comes to the one who needs it most. When we tell a ghost story, it's not to say, here is the world, it is strange, and all of this strangeness will consume you. A ghost is a matter of fact. My grandparents outlived too many of their own children. Death is a thing we are much too familiar with. But when we say they still live in the room they slept in, it is because they do as they live everywhere. I'm not a pragmatist every day. Some days, I have to fight the cynic in me to keep everyone I love alive. Do one more poem. How's everyone doing?
Good.
All right. Traffic is like being ferried along a calm and gentle river that hates you. It hates you so hard you skip hating it back and then move on to other people. Maybe it's the smell of coffee in the morning or how my mug got a busted button, but I know myself by routines. I recognize myself by actions I can't stop repeating. In my dreams, I'm unpredictable. If I ask anyone who's ever loved me, they will tell you I do everything eventually that they expected. I'm alone now. I have fulfilled many lowered expectations. I'm in a box, surrounded by other boxes, trying to move my box alongside their boxes. The woman next to me wants to burst out singing. We all know it. Everyone sneaks looks at her, harnessing grand gestures and tiny little movements. I'm wiping glitter off the microphone too here. Put a spoiler on my back trunk because I wanted my box to be a bit more special than other boxes. Should have tried to do this guys. I will not go over time. Sorry about that. Let's just do another fucking poem. Short. So this is a different book. We were long and far away from the old city, when everyone grew above the wild stock. It grew wild and then grew into our bodies. We named and then named ourselves again. We learned to be weightless and floated above the ground. We danced until the sun came up and waited for the next bar to open at 6 a.m. so we could start dancing again. We fell into each other's arms and walked home with enough music to last us for the rest of our lives. We fell apart at the same time and never together. We got jobs, We lost friends. We failed horribly at love. We learned gravity and walked heavier across the concrete. We were left wanting all that was behind. We don't dance as good anymore. Maybe once in a while we can find our legs. We tried and then tried to love again. We tried to be someone's good memories than the bad. We accumulated so many things. Bills, books, new ailments, regrets. We went to clubs and spent the night watching people dancing. We listened to the clothes in the dryer, a loose fan knocking out of rotation. We lost all of our CDs. We don't look for the old cities. We looked for them and never saw the same places. Sometimes we forget we were ever those people. Sometimes we remember them too much. We stayed up until morning. We thought of each other. We thought of when we never saw endings.
Jason, ladies and gentlemen, from St. Mary's.
I think that's Sean. Sean went to Mills. He wants everyone to go to Mills. I think that's the problem.
Next up, we have possibly from CIIS. I'm not sure. We'll see. Sean got this one right?
Yeah,
All right. Aminette Jordan, come on up.